official record is 2-1. Me.
Oh, all right. So
he skunked me the one game he won. He beat me 11-1. You asked about the other 2 games.
He didn't tell you. We didn't tell us the whole story.
No, he just told you the part he wanted to tell you.
Jeremy, how much are you looking forward to actually being able to play now, get on the court and play as opposed to everything that you've been through the offseason?
Yeah, it's I can't wait just because this offseason was a lot of rumors and talking and things that had to do with everything off the court, and so I'm excited to get back on and start doing what our job is to do, which is play basketball.
Do you view yourself as the face of the franchise?
I don't want to. I think for me, I've played less than 50 career games, and I don't think I've proven that. And I think in some ways, in a lot of ways, we're gonna have to look to even some of the guys that are more experienced. Kevin Martin's been here for a few years, and he's done a lot for the organization. And older guys we're gonna look up to. I'm gonna look up to, and then at the same time, I'm gonna also have to lead as well.
Jeremy, with that being said, do you realize to an extent that there is a target on your back? I think a lot of the more experienced people around the league were a little bit resentful that you hit in such a big way with the Knicks. How do you deal with those sorts of situations? It's
kind of something that's out of my control. I think I'm going to play the same whether there's a target on my back or not. And I know people have been very respectful to me in person, and so I don't necessarily always feel the resentment, but it's going to be, hopefully it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change my approach. It doesn't change our approach.
Jeremy, you said there was a lot of off-the-court attention this summer. What did you do in the gym to actually get better and get ready for this upcoming season?
I did a few different things, but mostly just trying to improve on my weaknesses. Playing 25 games or starting 25 games, I had a foundation to kind of look at my stats and figure out what am I bad at, what am I below average at, and how can I get that up higher. Specifics would be left hand everything, passing, shooting, driving, catch and shoots, certain spots, the top of the key, 3-pointer was a tough one for me. Transition wasn't great. One-on-one defense wasn't great. And, I lost 10 pounds for my knee, but got stronger. So just a cleaner and more efficient body composition.
Are you curious, wondering what an 82-day schedule is going to be like?
Yeah, definitely. But I think it'll be longer in terms of obviously length. But the one thing that I'm really looking forward to is the time in between the games. And so last year we were playing 4 or 5 in 7 days, and 4 or 5 games in 7 days. And I think now we have up to 3 days off in between certain games, and I think that will be very helpful just for your rhythm, to protect my body, recover the way I need to.
How different is the strength for you to come in with that leadership role as opposed to past years when you came to try to kind of make that possible?
Right. It's definitely an adjustment. It's definitely different, but it's kind of just reminds me of college. Just coming in, trying to lead, trying to work hard, trying to build a culture of playing a blue-collar brand of basketball.
So Kevin McHale said that some of the guys are saying LeBron James, I watch him, he's not that great, bring him on, can't wait to play him. What would you? He says he thinks that's kind of funny. What would you tell these guys who haven't played LeBron and people like that? What would you tell them about going up against guys like that?
Tell him first off, never ever say that. Because he's the best player in the league, in my opinion. But I think the thing that we need to do is just respect everybody who's in the league, and everyone is talented. Everyone is really, really good, and but to at the same time have confidence in ourselves and understand we may be young, we may have less experience, but with that comes our positives, our strengths, which is going to be quickness, speed, athleticism, and so we're going to try to rely on our strengths and ride that through.
How much better can your game get?
A lot. a lot. You know, if you think about it, I've played in 50 career games probably or something like that. I think, you know, for me, I could see it as just the beginning. I'm very young in terms of learning, and every day I make a lot of mistakes in practice, and so as I can continue to cut down on those and hopefully grow my game, hopefully I'll be able to evolve as a player.
What's your goal for yourself and for the team this year?
My goal for the team is to make the playoffs, and my goal for myself is to help my team make the playoffs. And that's just that's all that I'm really focused on.
You talk about the off-season talk and rumors. I mean, is there something in particular that hurt you or stung you that you read or heard or something?
Oh, I was just talking about like the free agency or the going the trip to Asia. You know, a lot of those things they weren't really had nothing to do with basketball games and the NBA season. So you know, that was just, you know, it was a lot of media, a lot of attention, but nothing to do with the court. That's what I was referring to.
How do you react to the media now? I mean, a year later, I mean, you've kind of been through all of that. You realize what it can be like in the fishbowl, so to speak, or whatever.
It's not too bad. I'm you know, I'm a pretty lighthearted person, so not too much. You know, I don't really read or look at too much stuff about me or that's written about me, so I try to keep myself removed just because I feel like if I read certain things, if I read a lot of good stuff, it may take away my edge or something like that. I might get a little more complacent, so I try to stay away from it, just stay focused on what I need to do every day.
Have you developed a relationship at all with Kevin Martin? Have you spent a lot of time with him in the last 10 years?
Yeah, he came out, me and him got to Houston about the same time, a week and a half ago or so, and so we've been working out, and then last year during training camp, I got to spend time with him as well. So, you know, we're building, and I think this week is going to be great because I'm going to get to play with him more and see where he likes the ball, what kind of shots, what kind of plays, just to get him going because we're going to need him to score a lot for us. We're going to need him to do what he does best, and so it's going to be my job to help him get going.
This team hasn't really played together. Are you curious to see what it's going to be like?
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. I think it's going to be fun because I really do think we're talented. And I've been playing with the guys in the offseason, and they're definitely talented. And if we can just buy in to what coach is preaching, and if we can absorb information quickly, I think we'll have a chance to do some cool things.
Having Chandler here, how does it help your adjustment to Houston?
Yeah, I think that helps. Anytime you get to a team and you have a friend that you've known for, you know, longer than just a couple days, it's always helpful to get comfortable. And then, you know, meeting other guys, and you know, we've been going to dinner and hanging out, and I think the chemistry is really good right now. And I think a lot of guys that come in, we're young. No one really has, you know, any ego in terms of I deserve this or I'm entitled to this, and so it's been really really enjoyable so far.
Did you ever imagine you'd have to do the whole couch thing again?
I'd have to what?
Do the whole couch thing all over again? Like sleeping on the
Oh
couch?
no, that was blown a little out of proportion.
When you were negotiating with the Rockets about coming down here, what did they tell you about their plans to take the organization back to the playoffs and do it with such a young team?
They talked to me about building the culture. They talked to me about how Coach McHale wants to play, what he believes in, and I think the easy part about it was they were saying stuff, but you know, I already knew what I had seen from training camp. So in some ways, it didn't really even matter what they were going to say because I knew how they operate. I know how Coach McHale coaches, and I know what he says to his team and what he expects from any team that he coaches. And so that was something that made sense for me just because I buy into what he's saying.
Jeremy, can you talk about what McHale is like, what you've followed him so far?
Yeah, I think he's fair. He expects everybody to play hard, to work hard, to play defense, and to outwork other teams. And he always talks about how important that is to be a no-excuse team, to be a defensively oriented team, to let your offense be fueled by your defense and by your rebounding. Just basics the basic fundamentals that you need to win basketball games. And obviously, when he talks, everybody listens because of what he's done himself.
You talk about the talent level that you really liked it. Has anyone, in so far what you've seen the last week and a half, especially impressed you? Any of the young players?
Yeah, I mean, I could say something great about pretty much everybody. I think Omer, people talk about his defense, which, by the way, is incredible. But he can score, and he can score better than people give him credit for. I think Demo. He just knows how to play. When we play fast and we get pick and rolls and when we space, it opens it up for him, and he does a lot of work, shooting, driving, jump hooks. And, I can talk about pretty much everybody, but we have a really talented young group, and I've been really impressed with everybody. Jeremy Lamb, Bruce White, Terrence Jones hasn't had as much of a chance to play, but I think what he showed in summer league was really important as well. So.
Is this more fun? In the next team, you got two established stars, Amari and Carmelo. You guys, is it sort of more fun to be with the team to build young guys, be developing camaraderie, or is it?
That's a tough question, just because I had a lot of fun last year, and I'm having a lot of fun right now, and I think. We play basketball for our job, and that's always fun. But I know what you're saying. Like it's definitely a different feel, and we're all new to this thing. We're all in it together, and so there is that exciting uncertainty and that kind of new challenge that we're all really